Proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. And Automotive Art Cayman. Your car, our passion.
Good morning. Welcome to The Buzz. I am your host, Kathy Miller, and we are back to school with Cayman International School, all about excellence, opportunity, and island pride over at CIS. And I'm welcoming in the studio this morning, I have 3 students, and I also have, are you the director for the school?
Yes, I am.
Yes, we also have the director here for the school, and I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves. So I'm going to start, it'll be my left. If you're watching on YouTube, maybe that'll be the right. But anyways, it'll be my left. We're going to start with Edward.
Hello, my name's Edward, and I'm in grade 8 for CIS.
Good morning, Edward. I totally remember grade 8. All right. That was a pivotal year for me, so I wonder what it's going to be like for you. And
Hi, good morning. My name's Jim. I get to serve as the director of the Cayman International School, and this is my 6th year doing that here in the Cayman Islands.
6th year, awesome. Okay. I'm sure you've seen some great improvements and changes over the 6 years then.
Absolutely.
For sure. Awesome.
Absolutely.
All right.
Good morning. My name's Jacob. I'm in 12th grade at CIS, and this will be my 2nd year attending CIS.
Okay. 12th grade, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it's final year.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, okay. For me, I know that this way, the American or Canadian system as opposed to the British system, so I get confused when there's some extra year happening.
Like
I'm
year
like,
13.
yeah, no. That scared me when I moved here. Good morning.
I'm Laura. I'm in grade 12, and this is my 3rd year at CIS.
All right. Grade 12 as well. Okay. Okay, so we got a couple great things to talk about with CIS, Jim. And you have the excellence rating across all divisions within the school. What does this mean? Why are we so proud to be rated excellent?
Yeah.
I mean, we should be proud to be rated excellent, right?
That is what is excellence? Kathy, I guess is a question.
Yes.
In the case of the Cayman Islands, it refers to when inspections happen in relation to math, science, and English, as well as leadership, student support, and community connections to the Cayman Islands. And so those were the areas that the Office of Education Standards looks into. And so in their group of people, when they come through, it's a fairly extensive inspection. It takes about a week. And so there are observations and talking with community members, students, parents, staff, as well as observing a multitude of classrooms. They come up with their rating system. So it's quite well rounded, which is great, including spanning to science as well as other aspects important to school beyond what happens just during instructional hours.
Absolutely. I mean, it's great to reach for excellence. And as you said, what does excellence really mean? So I guess from there's that school standard of what they want to reach for excellence. But in your own mind, for you to run an excellent school, what does that mean for you?
Yeah, that's some people. We hear it in sport and in music and in service the notion of the eye test, and so people that have been around schools for many years, one thing that's not it's hard to quantify, right? Everything that can be measured isn't important. Everything that's important can't be measured. But you walk on, and it's sometimes a feel. Are people welcomed? Does it seem like people have a place to go, places where they feel a sense of belonging? And when walking through classes or outside on the school grounds, are people engaged, whether it's in solitude because they prefer being alone, or talking with their classmates, or engaging in something that might be physical?
All right. So how does Cayman International School foster academic excellence from the early years all the way up through grade 12?
That's still me, Kathy.
That's you, yes.
It starts with making sure that people have a sense of belonging. You need to be able to feel safe in order to start learning. It's inquiry. It's not we can all repeat things. So I liken it to the difference between being able to decode, and you think you can sound out words, and you go, "Oh, I'm amazing! I'm a reader." But really, it's a difference between comprehending and grappling with that material, even at the younger age. So it looks like inquiry. It looks like asking questions. There's often more questions than answers. It looks like finding different solutions than what might be used on a regular basis today. And it looks like making mistakes here and there.
Yeah.
And which is absolutely critical for learning. I know
That's how we
Edward,
learn.
Laura, and Jacob haven't made any mistakes, but I'm guessing, I know I have, and maybe you've made a couple, and from that comes that deep learning. So being comfortable to be able to make those mistakes and pause, be calm, and learn from them.
And know that it's okay to make the mistakes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's absolutely critical, because as soon as people are hesitant and worried about making a mistake, then people stop taking risks. Not risks like jumping off
Yes, I understand.
but taking that risk and asking a new question.
Right.
Or working with a new group of people, or trying something that they haven't tried before, whether it's in the area of arts, service, sport, or in academics.
All right. I'm gonna pivot here. I'm gonna ask Jacob. Did you say it's your second year at Cayman International School, and you're in grade 12 now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you describe what what your first year was like? The environment of the school for you.
So for me, I had already known a few friends from CIS prior to that because I had went to school on island. I went to Cayman Prep before. But my first day felt like I had already gone to that school for years prior to that. I felt as if I knew everybody knew me. It wasn't like I went to a new school. And to this day, I wake up and there's never really a day where it's like I don't want to go to school, because the school is kind of fun. Like outside of just learning by itself, there's so much stuff that you can do. And
Did you
all
really
the
say
people
school is
around
fun?
you.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I know, right? Not a lot
great.
of people say that, but
That's true. It's good to hear.
yeah. Apart from that, I've always felt welcomed at the school. I mean, I don't think there's ever been like any drama or all that stuff you feel within like your teenage years at the school. And last year went pretty well for me. I've got the best grades at any school that I've been to. I've been to 3 schools now.
Congratulations.
Thank
How do
you.
you feel about that?
Amazing.
Great.
Considering this year and last year have been my most critical years when it comes to college.
Yeah.
And especially college-wise, you'd think that's pretty stressful. I think CIS makes it pretty easy for you.
Wow. Okay. Are they paying you to say this? You've got some great words for CIS. I love it. That's awesome. What do you want to study if you know at this point?
When I get to college, I want to do either international law or political science.
Okay, pretty cool. Both are very interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting topics, I would say, for sure. Especially political science as it relates to Cayman and the region and whatnot. I think that'd be very interesting. So, and we already know law is a really big industry here in the Cayman Islands, right? So that's a good career path to kind of be set on. I think what was interesting, what stood out to me is that you said that in the past, like of the 3 schools that you went to, this is the one that you're getting the best grades. Mm-hmm. And you're seeing the best performance out of yourself, and you love how this feels for you, which I think is great, because it matters how you feel at school and your own performance. It matters, right? Mm-hmm. Like you care about the effort you put into things. What do you think it is about Cayman International School that helped you achieve better grades for yourself, or just was a better learning experience for you, whether it's the classes or the support?
I think it's a mix of both. I mean, from day one, Mr. Jim was always like, I see him every single day and he always has a smile on his face. So it gives you that motivation to keep going. And teachers aren't afraid to also make their mistakes. Like if you learn a certain way and the teacher doesn't and the teacher doesn't teach a certain way, the teacher would be willing to adapt to how you learn to help better yourself.
Right.
Whereas other schools, I won't name, but there's been teachers where you have to be set on the way. If you don't learn the way they teach, then they're just going to leave you in the dirt.
And that's just a lesson in life, period.
Yeah.
I think we're going to find that in all areas of life. People can be very set in their ways and refuse to learn a different way. Some people are a lot more open, will be adaptable and versatile to learning new things, and that's just a life lesson right there. You got Jacob, so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's all about, I think, the collaboration and the cooperation between students and teachers. It's not as much as you do as I say. Obviously, there's always rules in places, but it's more like teachers are willing to work in collaboration and cooperation. It's like, what can we do that works for both of us so that we both have a good experience here?
So that collaborative learning environment is very much a key aspect.
Yeah.
what you enjoy there. Okay, I like that. Lara or Laura?
Laura.
Laura, okay. I know you're in 12th grade as well. I can't remember how many years you've been at CIS.
This is my third year.
Your third year, okay.
Yeah.
So similar question to Jacob, basically. The learning environment or the environment at CIS there for you, if you could describe it to us.
I mean, I went to school in the U.S., and I can honestly say that CIS, the environment is like no other school, like, honestly, in the world, I think, because, I mean, I felt so welcome. Like, I was nervous on the first day, but everyone's just so kind and willing to be inclusive. And with the academics, the IB program, it really makes you a well-rounded person because on top of academic excellence, they really emphasize service, and we have the EE, extended essay, so they're setting us up with college skills for writing. And yeah, I agree with Jacob, like everyone always has a smile on their face. Going to school is fun. They provide us with so many opportunities to grow as a person, and yeah, it's really amazing.
Okay, awesome. And I'm going to pivot now to you, Edward. So 8th grade.
Yep.
Is it your first year at CIS? Did I hear that right?
This is my 9th year now.
Your 9th year at CIS. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're a long-time veteran of,
Yeah.
of CIS. So this is the only school you've kind of known,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is there any, they both of them have gone to different schools, right? But you've only known CIS, so is there any curiosity from you at all to explore elsewhere? I know Jim doesn't like that, me asking that right now.
Well, I spent a year in the English Channel, or a couple of years. I lived there. I was born there, and then I went to school there for a year. But I can't really remember what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
But the main reason we moved here and we like it at CIS is because the weather's great as well. So you're allowed to do more things outside, and you can find like the people you want to find because you do electives and things like that. So you can find your group of people if you're new to the school. If you like music, for example, you can pick band or choir or something, and you find other students who like choir, and you can like become friends with them.
So you're doing this in grade 8 already? I mean, you just started grade 8,
Yeah.
but you've been able to have electives, is
Yeah.
what I remember them being
You
called,
pick
from
classes
earlier
so that
classes,
you can
earlier years.
personalize a little bit of what you want.
What? I could never do this at least until 8th grade. So that's pretty amazing. So that started a little earlier for you then. So you like that choice
Yeah.
that is offered at
Yeah,
CIS.
that's really nice.
Okay, awesome. And what are you looking to maybe study? I know it's 8th grade, so you got some time to make some
Yeah.
decisions, right? But any career paths that you're looking?
I don't know for sure, but I might say engineering or something. That would be quite cool to study.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe math. Enjoy math and English and
Okay.
more of the core classes. I think those are great because the teachers also want they don't just want to get you through the year. They want you to make you a better student generally. So like they want to adapt to your learning environment so they can help you grow as a person to achieve the goals you want to achieve.
I like that. I think that's so important. That sounds like a very nurturing learning environment, which is super key for students. Laura, I didn't ask you what you wanted to study. Or not study, well, I guess study, but career path for you.
I'd like to be an architect.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I used to want to be an architect too until somebody scared me and said a lot of math, and I wish I never listened to that person. So don't be scared by any of that. We're going to go to our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to get into a little deeper discussion with Cayman International School and learn about their IB program.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future,
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance,
or protecting your family's household investment.
from our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Country classics.
Well, I was born to coal miner's daughter.
On the road again. They're gonna put me in the movies.
Papa Top again.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Well, I love them in
Country classics.
Young love, first love.
You never count your money when you're sitting at the table.
If you enjoy classic country music, come hang out with Radio Cayman this Saturday, 3:30 to 6 p.m.
in the Mississippi cotton picking Delta town.
This Saturday afternoon, following American Country Countdown, 3:30 to 6 on Radio Cayman.
Just walk on by. Wait on the corner.
Country classics. The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning. Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and I am talking with Cayman International School. We have the director, Jim, in studio with me, along with 3 of the students. We have Edward, Jacob, and Laura. And Jim was a little upset that I did not ask him what he wanted to be when he, quote, grows up. So, I did ask the students, Jim, this is your chance now. Let us know what your career, you did mention Terminator 1 earlier. I don't know if you've got some AI aspirations.
Well, actually, yeah, AI is something that you could have a 4-day radio segment on. But what I'd like to do when I grow up, kind of focus on a couple of things that might be particular skills of mine. One is related to ice cream, and I see being an ice cream scooper during holiday times. I think I have the skills to do that, and also
how's your wrist?
My wrist is pretty good,
okay.
and I'm ambidextrous.
Okay,
so I will
all right.
avoid repetitive
skill.
Injuries. And as Jake, I've heard the word fun a lot, and so I'm not being cheeky. That would be something for sure. And I really enjoy music, and I think even though this can be accomplished easily, it happens on the different platforms, and they make playlists for you. But I believe I can make bespoke, particular playlists that are very authentic for people. They tell me their tastes and be able to put. So I combine those two things, and there's music in the background while people are having ice cream. It'd be great when I grow up.
A bit of a music curator.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know I used to work in an ice cream store, 11th and 12th grade as well. So right around Jacob and Laura's age. That's
right.
What I used to do. And I never went to my high school graduation because instead I worked in the ice cream store. Terrible.
Well, I hope that wasn't
Don't make that mistake.
Yeah, it wasn't because of bad scheduling by a boss.
No, I was just like, well, I can make money instead of going.
Right.
It was terrible. I shouldn't have done that at all. So that was a bad choice. But one of the things CIS is known for is your IB program. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us what this is about? Because I feel for me like I've never heard of. With you guys, I've heard about it, but I've never heard of this outside of CIS.
Yeah, so IB stands for International Baccalaureate. It was started in the late 60s, where international schools around the world, when students would apply to university or be looking for post-secondary experiences, and people wonder, what does it mean to go to school in, Rwanda or in China or in Romania, and how does that fit all together? So that's how it was born and meant to be accessible to everybody. Then others in their host countries realized, wow, this is a fantastic program because of it's a great mixture of being robust and specific, if you want, and as Laura mentioned, experiences such as the extended essay and CAS, which is creativity, action, and service. It allows people to engage in their interests as well as extraordinary, in the case of the higher level courses, extraordinarily difficult material. And then it's actually grown to now the countries that use it the most is not international schools having the majority of the international baccalaureate programs now. It's actually, for example, the United States has more schools doing the international baccalaureate than the rest of the world combined. You mentioned Canada too, Kathy, and Canada has a number of schools also doing the international baccalaureate. And so it allows people actually have a common language and common ownership of their learning. And they're fairly, they move quicker, even though education is like moving an aircraft carrier. It takes a long time. But they adapt fairly quickly to opportunities related to internationalism, sustainability, as well as in the world of technology.
Very interesting. Is it so? The structure of the program, I guess, because I'm so confused about it in a sense. So, is it like an elective program that they choose? Is it almost like doing another equivalent of 11th or 12th grade on top of what they're doing already?
Yeah, it depends on what the students choose to do. So we have about 67% of our students in grade 11 and 12 engaged in the IB program, and actually pretty close to 100% when looking at people that might take one or two courses rather than the full diploma.
Okay.
And so the structure is there's 6 main courses: your first language, a second language, social studies, the sciences, math, and group 6, which could be doing an additional social studies or additional science, or in the arts. Then beyond that, there's the extended essay, which right now is probably the bane of your existence, where students come up with their own question, are able to study something particular to them, because we know we're all from different places, have different experiences, and as Jacob said, sometimes schools say, no, this is the way you do it. Extended essay allows people to engage in something particular to their interests. Mm-hmm. And it's a classic case of writing, where often in school, I got to hand this in. Okay, here. And we hand in what would be our first draft, because just get it done. Oh, okay. And then it feels a relief. This they involve multiple rewrites, more rewrites, find more materials, and also it's very independent because, for example, if someone came to me, or Laura or Jacob or anyone, so I can say, well, have you considered this? Have you looked at that? Where it's not a case of, okay, change this. So it's a great independent learning, as well as a thing called TOK, which is theory of knowledge. I always find it funny because TOK sounds like talk, and it seems like talking.
It's a dance hall group as well.
Oh, really? Oh, well, see, now I've already lost my future job because you're already a better music curator. And really, it's an element of philosophy and understanding why we learn, how we learn, what actually is valid information. So it allows people to become curators themselves. And creativity, action, and service, where people develop their own community service projects, maybe engage in the theater, and action being sport. And, I know, Jacob, you're playing basketball, and Laura playing football and volleyball, if I'm not football. And so it allows to recognize that learning comes in many ways.
Yeah.
And so it is rigorous. Yeah. And one of the challenges, and it's gonna haunt these people because I heard the word fun about the one challenge that people do have is organizing their time.
Oh yeah.
And becomes maybe the first time that the robustness of the program might become a challenge, and allows people to stumble, and then learn how to recover from those stumblings
because of the time management aspect.
Absolutely.
It can be a diploma that the students earn, or it
Yeah.
could just be individualized courses that they take out of that
Correct.
diploma program.
Correct. And if people achieve a particular score, depending on the different universities, there's a good chance that if they wanted to enter their second year of university, or people look at it in different ways. Some people look that if they did well, it gives them more flexibility in courses in post-secondary education. And some look, no, I want to get through that quickly too. So if that's their modus operandi, then they can go through quickly, or allow for a broader, more enriching post-secondary experience as well.
So if they did do the full diploma, it would be considered the first 2 years of college or university.
The first year, I can give an example with my own children who are older. The one chose to accelerate through their undergrad and took advantage in that way, and the other chose to take a wider variety of courses because they'd already hit a lot of the requirements of their first year.
Okay.
And so they chose two different ones. You mentioned working, that the working part. So one person, they decided to, I will take a slightly reduced load, but allow me to work and engage in a personal project.
Okay.
So it gives that flexibility.
It sounds like a lot. It does sound like a lot. I think it's awesome. The opportunities are pretty awesome. But is it too much? So I'm going to ask Jacob and Laura, who are both part of the IB program at Cayman International School. Is it a lot? is it too much?
Yeah. So
real honest answer.
Full IB program, and I'll definitely say like starting was kind of rough because I've never had a program like this where the curriculum was this rigorous. But I think it's very beneficial in like teaching me so many skills that I'm going to use later on in life. Like I feel like I really know how to study now, because like I wasn't really used to being in a class and not just like getting it first time the teacher says it. So you really have to put in the work, but it's really worth it in growing your skills academically.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about for you, Jacob? Is it too much?
I don't do the full IB diploma like Laura does. I do 4 courses, 4 IB courses. And even with just the 4, there's times where I think it's just too much and I just throw my hands up in the air and I'm like, why did I choose to do this? But at the same time, you have to look at it as it's worth it in the long run, and it's actually not horrible once you put your mind to it and you realize just slow everything down and space it out, think it out, and you really learn how to manage your time through that. After maybe the first 3 months of last year, because you started in 11th grade, after the first 3 months, I kind of got a hang of it, and I was like, this isn't as bad as people say it is. And then you start doing stuff like your IAs, your internal assessments, which are like specialized essays for each one of your classes where you choose. Say, for example, I did my history IA first. So you chose a history question that's specific to you, that is like your passion, for example, and you write I think it's 2,000 to 3,000 word essay on that, and you do a rough draft, and then over summer you rewrite it. So that also takes up a lot of your time, but once you space it out and you learn how to manage your time along with that, I do basketball practices, national team basketball practices. I can go to school, use the IB preps they give you, which is like a free period during school, and you can get some of your work done there, then do your duties outside of school, and then maybe you only would really need to spend 30 minutes after school, outside of school, doing some work, and then you'd be completely fine, in my opinion, if you utilize your IB preps.
Okay, so it sounds like you're both really learning structure and the time management there.
Definitely.
All right. And we're going to go to a break in a sec, but Edward, I'm going to ask you real quick here. When you're hearing this, and I know the IB program is going to be something, if you still stay at international school, optional for you to do as well, is it something that you are setting your sights on, or does it feel like this is a lot of pressure? I'm just chilling in 8th grade here.
I reckon when I get older, I might want to do it, because it's just better in the hindsight. When you're going to pick a job or something, you've got more variety to choose from and more doors open. So I probably will do it, because even if it is hard, it'll be worth it.
Okay. I like this. Some great students in here, some great mindsets. We're going to go to a commercial break right now, and when we come back, we're going to wrap up our talk with Cayman International School.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise
at Cayman Insurance Center. Call today.
Tired of burning cash at the gas pump and wasting time in traffic? Say goodbye to gridlock and hello to freedom with a Kimco scooter from Automotive Art. Trusted in over 100 countries, Kimco is now known worldwide for reliable, fuel-efficient scooters built to last. Perfect for Cayman's roads. With two models to choose from, the Agility 125cc for just $23.99 and the Agility RS Naked 125cc for $24.99. It's the smart, budget-friendly way to beat traffic and cut costs. Visit Automotive Art today and ride smarter with Kimco, because saving money should never mean slowing down.
As a parent, I know I would do anything to protect my child against cancer. As a Minister of Health, I know that the HPV vaccine is the best protection available against HPV-related cancers. The vaccine is safe and is being offered free of cost for 9 to 25-year-olds across all 3 of our islands. For more information, contact the Public Health Department on 244-2648 or 244-2889.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
All right, welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking with Cayman International School. In studio with me, I have the director, Jim, and I have 3 students as well. We have Edward, we have Laura, and we also have Jacob. Now I'm turning back to you, Edward, because, you know, we did have both Jacob and Laura answer a couple questions, and I want to get a little bit more information out of you and your experience at Cayman International School. And now I said for me, grade 8 was really pivotal for me because, at least in Canada, it was elementary school, which was first grade up to 7th, and then right away it's high school, 8 to 12. And that was almost scary in a sense of, whoa, I'm not sure us at 12 or 13 should be with kids that are 17, turning 18, because the influence could be interesting in a lot of ways. But Cayman International School, it covers all grades in that sense, right? So I guess for you, you're kind of in the middle of it right now. You're kind of in the middle of finishing your education, at least the first part, right? The mandatory part, we're going to say. In being in 8th grade, is there a transition for you? Do you feel kind of differently going into this part of your school life, your school era?
I feel like there is definitely a transition. Like, it doesn't really grow on you or anything. It's not like some big thing that's really nerve-wracking or anything, but it's slowly, like, you're slowly working your way up through grades, and as you go on, it gets a little bit more stressful because you go, I've got to start actually, like, worrying about my schoolwork a little bit more and got to do multiple checks over it, like, because grades start to matter more.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I feel like CIS does a really good job of making sure that you feel, like, safe and you feel like it's appropriate to be going up at the through the grades at the speed that you are going up.
Okay, that's good. That's important. So I'm hearing like basically just a lot of support really that Cayman International School does offer its students, which is important.
Yeah.
Friendships are always a big part of school, right?
Yeah.
So, and again, you know, we can change our friends through school. Sometimes we keep our friends from first grade on to the rest of our lives, right? Things change. So when it comes to, I guess, balancing friendship and understanding, okay, you're having a little bit more school responsibility to focus on. Are you finding that a little difficult right now?
Not really. CIS gives because they changed the schedule so that, well, they didn't change it, but the schedule is that you have like a class and then you have a break, but then you've lunch in the middle of the day as well, so you can hang out with your friends, and because you all have the same classes or some of the same core classes, you can discuss about different things. If you think you're not doing as well on something or you need clarification for some work, you can ask your friends if they got this answer on question B or something. But they're very useful and they're very kind to you because lots of people at CIS, they want to help you and they're all great people.
Okay, sounds good. You're definitely a student of CIS that is a very proud student, which I think is important. You know, you got to be proud. I would hope that you're proud of the school that you're going to, right? You enjoy it, and you love it, and you can speak about it. And I just think that's a signal of what the school is offering to the students as well, how important you are in the community. So it's a good thing. All right. Thank you for sharing your experience with us so far, Edward.
Thank you.
And I forgot to ask this question. So for both Jacob and Laura, for any of the students that are thinking of doing the IB program, which is either the full, and Laura, you said you're doing the full?
Yeah.
Okay. And Jacob, you're just doing a few classes or courses out of it. What would you say to students who are thinking about doing it when it comes to how they've got to mentally prepare for that? Both of you to answer.
Okay. Honestly, I think it's best if you pick the subjects that you feel like. Don't go and pick something that you think you're just gonna pick it because it'll look good for you. Pick something that you actually enjoy, because it'll make it 10 times worse when you're doing something that's already really hard and you don't even enjoy it.
Yes.
So the classes I take, I do IB English. I really enjoy English. I do debate, all the writing stuff. History, me and my brother both really enjoy history. So when I'm writing my IA or when I have history homework, it's already it's not that bad because I still enjoy it, but it's hard, but I know it's worth it. And then I do environmental systems and societies, which is kind of like a environmental science based class, which is also, I'm big in the environment. I have a big passion for Cayman, so I feel that too, it also ropes into just my passion for Cayman. So it doesn't make it as hard when I have really hard work or I have to study for a test, because it's this is something I already like, so I don't have to necessarily force myself. So I think the biggest thing is choosing and doing what you like instead of choosing what you think is best for your future. Because if you choose something that you like, that'll definitely help you in the future, because then you'll get a job you like.
Absolutely. I think that's great advice. Great life advice, period.
Yeah.
Not just for that IB program, but great life advice. What would you say to students, Laura, that are prepping or thinking to prep to take the IB path?
I would say if you take the IB program or even just a few classes, to not get discouraged when you don't get it right away, and to not be afraid to ask for help, because the teachers know that it's one of the most rigorous programs in the world, and they're willing to help you grow throughout the year, and they know that you're not always going to get it on the first try. I would also say just try to stay on top of your work as much as you can. And like Jacob said, pick the classes that you would like to pursue, because they give you a lot of freedom with the IAs to really explore topics that you're actually interested in within the subject and apply it to real life. So I would say it's very helpful, and I would recommend it.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your advice on that. Jim, I got a couple questions for you now.
Okay.
So we've talked about AI on the show a bunch of times, and I'm sure AI is kind of a hot topic amongst students as well. How is Cayman International School preparing students for that AI kind of ready workforce? Because that is going to be a huge industry changing all industries really in Cayman very, very shortly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny in relation to current, new, and emergent technology. We often say this is a pivotal time, and it is. So what we've done is we have multiple committees involved with adults that first developed a statement around AI, not a policy per se, because I think it become policing. But around safety, making wise choices, because us as adults, this is new to us to a certain degree as well, even though we're at least a half a century in to machine learning being, I think, but now it's so accessible to everyone. So first to make sure is it being used safely, appropriately, and not replacing HI. So human intelligence, and so that's a critical component. Also, as far as supporting our staff, our school last year became the first school outside of the United States to be recognized as a STEM excellence center.
Awesome. And
part of that is not just having fancy doodads and the latest machine, but it's more so how is it being applied. So it's critical, like basically walking shoulder to shoulder with our students. They're far ahead in the use of artificial intelligence than we are. You've probably seen on the YouTube, I know when it comes, stop what you're doing, take these 28 days and learn these AI tools. And the reality is the younger people are using it more gracefully often than the older people. What we're doing as a school, though, because you wonder, well, where does things like plagiarism fit in? And wouldn't be plagiarism. It's something different. So we use a program. I think you guys are familiar with it, Pangram, that helps decipher how much might have been AI generated, how much human generated, which is critical too, because it helps our students make sure they recognize that there's tools to help people still ensure that they have an authentic voice and are thinking for themselves, because the end result is, with the pressures and opportunities that AI is creating, our still greatest defense around making wise choices, safe choices, choices that are enjoyable, is what's really between our two ears.
Gotcha. All right. Now, I don't think you answered that question in one way.
You want me to answer it a different way?
Like there's a part of it that we need to get into that we don't have time to get into. Right. Actually, we gotta end. We're at the 9 a.m. headline news right now, and I know that you want to talk about something else, and we don't have the time right now. So if there's any kind of last words you want to say, you have 30 seconds.
All right. Well, I would say eat your vegetables, use your time wisely. I think our students mentioned the word calm and fun. Come into play. So important to remain calm, find the joy in what you're doing, and when you're driving on the road, there's no need to rush.
Oh, totally agree with that. Way too many accidents lately. Another key thing they said was structure. That stood out to me. Was just learning how to structure your time. So I thought that was a great thing. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I hope you have a great final year for both of you. You're both in grade 12. No grade 13 over here. Final year for you two, and as well for you, Edward, and to the rest of yours in high school.
Thank you.
Hope it goes great for you. All right. Thanks for joining us. We're going to go to the 9 a.m. headline news, and then we're going to be talking about Miss Global International next.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
Public Accounts Committee is meeting today, and members will be discussing the Auditor General's February report. It's called Improving Financial Accountability and Transparency, Long-Term Financial Stability. Radio Cayman is carrying the event live on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, from 10 a.m. In international news, at least 17 people have been killed after a funicular cable railway derailed and hit a building in Portugal's capital, Lisbon. More than 20 others were injured, including 4 Portuguese, 2 German, and 2 Spanish nationals. Authorities say a 3-year-old was also hurt. Police say they were working with a company that runs the Gloria Funicular, which is a popular tourist attraction, to ascertain who was on board and what caused the crash. Local media reports suggest a cable came loose along the railway's route, causing it to lose control. There's a day of national mourning being observed. And leaders of about 30 Western countries are taking part in a summit in Paris with Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky, with the aim of giving Kyiv security assurances if a ceasefire is agreed and persuading the U.S. to provide support. Hopes of a deal to end the fighting have receded since Russia's Vladimir Putin met Donald Trump in Alaska, although the U.S. president said on the eve of today's talks that, quote, we're going to get it done. Trump was due to talk to leaders of the Coalition of the Willing by phone after the Paris summit, and French officials said it was important for many European partners that any military guarantees for Kyiv involve a, quote, American safety net. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. Radio Cayman Headline News.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning. Welcome back to The Buzz. We are going to talk about Miss Global International Beauty Pageant, and I have with me in studio Miss Catherine Tyson-Sewell, Director of Miss Global International Cayman Islands, and absolutely no stranger to the world of broadcasting. Good morning, Catherine. How are you doing?
Morning, Kathy, and bless you for what you do, man. I was in that traffic, I hope I get on time. But you're already up and running. So.
That was me this morning getting here too.
I know, right?
And I live a minute away. So
yeah.
But thank you.
Funny.
What's going on with you?
So many things. For what we're talking about today really is Miss Global International 2025. So it's the Miss Global International pageant. We did it last year. First time an international pageant has been in the Cayman Islands in 29 years. I was saying it was the first time ever, and someone corrected me. So I have to stand corrected. So this is the second time that it's happening. Last year it was the 20th anniversary of Miss Global International, the pageant brand itself. And I am the national director for the Miss Global International Cayman Islands and Miss Global International Philippines. And a little history. The first delegate that I took was in 2023, and it was Millie Almager, and she was a Miss Universe Cayman Islands contestant in the 2023 pageant. Did not place, and Miss Global International reached out to me directly and said, hey, would you like to bring a delegate? And they asked for her, and I said, Millie, you want to go to Jamaica? They're asking.
They asked for her.
Yeah, they did. They sent her photo.
She's beautiful.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
she's actually
great soul.
She's a lovely, lovely young woman, and I'm so proud of her and what she's done too, with herself over the years. She's grown so much. She's on New York Fashion Week. I think she's in London Fashion Week right now. She's been on Cayman Fashion Week. She started there after her reign as Miss Global International 2023, and she was amazing. And she didn't place here. But when we took her to Jamaica, Caitlin and Caitlin Tyson, my daughter, she was actually Miss Universe Cayman Islands 2018 and Miss Global International 2024, and placed second runner-up in the international pageant last year. When we took her to Jamaica, she placed top 10.
Oh, awesome.
And People's Choice. And it just did so much for her, coming from a system where she had not placed at all and being kind of scared and should I do this? And you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm all trained up and ready to go. And so it was such a natural fit. And then my relationship with Miss Global International began there. They offered me the franchise for Cayman. And I do have to say this because I want to pay homage to Ms. Reba Dilbert, because the president and owner of Miss Global International, Mr. Lashu Ramchandani, who has been in pageantry over 40-something years with Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss Commonwealth, Jamaica, he's forever. And this is his 21st year as Miss Global International. He sent a photo of me. He sent a photo to me a few, maybe a couple of weeks ago, and it was of Miss Reba. And he goes, I finally remember my director from 20-something years ago that brought a girl.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So apparently in the beginning, Miss Reba took, and I hope that girl is listening or someone's listening and she can just reach out and let us know who she is, because, Miss Reba, I love Miss Reba. Rest in peace, condolences to her family. She's just such a stalwart to all of us. And for him to send that photo, it was like, oh, of course. And he was like, yeah, I didn't remember her name. I didn't remember. But when I saw this photo of her, the announcement that she had passed away, then he sent it to me. And so this has been going for a while. So I'm very excited about not only the international portion of it, but what it means to Cayman. And, I want you to ask me questions too, because I can do my monologue.
No, that's fine. I love when a guest can just talk about the things that they're here to talk about. So no problem. But I guess the one thing for me was Miss Global International looking to make a presence in Cayman? Because they reached out to you and said, hey, we want you to bring a girl, but were you even affiliated with them at that time?
No, I was not.
Yeah, so were they looking to make a presence here?
Listen,
which makes sense.
It was one of those interesting things that happen in life and you don't know why, but then it turns out to kind of feel like an alignment a little bit. When I went there, it was just an amazing experience that I had. Caitlin and I went, we packed up the van and and crossed the water, as they would say. We went with Millie, and it was like we had 2 weeks to prepare. We were driving around the place. Kenzie gave a gown, and she helped with the national costume. It was a national costume, a piece of something that Caitlin wore in 2018 Miss Universe, and something that Kenzie had at the house, and we put it together. It was really just kind of like, let's throw something together and let's do this. Like, we get this opportunity, let's do it. And so, no, there was no affiliation at all. But in being a national director and the country host. So now I'm the country host. I was the country host last year and I'm the country host this year. So what we do is we do look around to, different islands, and we want to bring other islands on board. We want to bring other countries on board. Last year we had Hungary, Luxembourg, Latvia, we had Chile, Argentina, from all around. So I think that was a part of what happened in 2023. They were like, oh, let's check with Cayman. Let's see. And so they're paying attention to what's happening with Cayman. And so they had seen the Miss Universe and they saw the girls. And they reached out for that particular girl.
Oh, I love that.
I think they said, I think she'd do amazing. And she did do amazing.
She did, yeah. And sometimes you can hear something and you'll know that song will be amazing. That will be a hit record right there. You just know. And then sometimes you can look at somebody and be like, you're going to be a sensational as a model, for example, or I can absolutely see. And when I see young women and I just see that they have this look.
Yeah.
I absolutely tell them, I'm going to study. Great. Study, do all these things. But great, you can also do this.
Yes, right.
And the opportunities that could come as long as you keep your head straight.
Yeah.
And I love that support system.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love that you're saying that, because I think that's also very important for me, is that, women that are not 20 anymore, that they are opening doors for women that are.
Yeah.
And that they are ushering them in, and that they're being mentors to them and being kind and amazing to them because we've been there.
Yes.
We've been there. I don't have to be jealous of a 20-something-year-old woman. I was her, and I was a hot mess. And I would have loved someone to have said, honey, you're beautiful, you're amazing, don't let anyone tell you any different. And that could have really helped me on that journey. So this thing that we have as women, we have such a power to motivate and to mother and to nurture. Yeah. And so this pageantry world really represents that for me because I didn't know that I would find what I found in it. I found so many young women that needed to hear that needed support, that they maybe have had mommy issues and they've had, the world is not feeling sorry when you drop dead gorgeous. For some reason, the world is like, oh, she's fine. Mm-hmm. And she may not be fine. And so I think that pageantry, for me, I'm a social worker by profession. That's who I am, right? To be in a world where it looks like perfection from the outside, but then you see all of the cracks and being able to fill those cracks or being able to help with those cracks. And like I said, being able to be to a young woman what I may have needed or what they need, I think is amazing. Yeah. So that's one part of it. And I think for any woman listening to this interview, to really just kind of grasp that, right? That how long it took for us to kind of get it together. And if you've not gotten it together yet, lady, get it together because you're fabulous, you're beautiful, you're amazing, and don't let anyone tell you any different. I don't care what your size is. I don't care how many wrinkles you have. Don't just forget about it. You're amazing. And that's what we should be breathing into each other at all times. And for our young women, to just make the road a little easier for them. Yeah. That they can get their place at that table because they're going to sit there anyway.
We do not have to gatekeep. There's no, what are we gatekeeping?
There's enough space for us all. And I've said this since I was young. There's enough for all of us to shine. Yes. This world is huge. Like, come on, Yeah. But the other side of this that is really, and I'm here to talk about the pageant that's coming up. It's October the 4th at the Hotel Indigo. I don't want to spend so much time talking and forget about that.
That is why we're here.
That can happen. So October 4th, Hotel Indigo, and you need to get your tickets on eventpro.ky or link me, as they say, if you want a discount today. I'm going to give 2 for 1 if you call me today. But this is so important for our country. This product is so important.
Why? A lot of people would argue that it's not.
Well, tell me why. Tell me why they'd say it's not, and then I'll tell you why it is.
Oh, the common misconceptions about pageantry, that it's frivolous, that it's just a self-serving thing. It's only about beauty. It doesn't measure anything else of value with women.
And then I would say look around and see all of our leaders in the Cayman Islands alone that were former beauty queens. There's Teresa Lewis Pitcairn. Yeah. There's Donna Myery.
Yes.
Stevens. There's Harriet Lott.
Dr. Tasha.
There's Dr. Tasha Ebanks Garcia.
Yeah.
There is Donna Bush. The list can go on.
And Michelle Scott.
Listen.
Amazing women in great professions.
Absolutely. Yeah. Stacey Ann Kelly. I'm sorry I don't have the names of everybody because I really would want to just talk about all of them, right?
But time won't allow it right
now. And there's
now.
Caitlin Tyson, Monique Brooks, Anika Connolly, right? So that's not true. It's not frivolous, first of all. I'm not frivolous. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a very serious chick, seriously. People try to play you, but they know that you're not that girl. And so men can watch boxing and wrestling and UFC, and there can be how many thousand football games, and there can be the World Cup, and there can be basketball, and there can be all that. We don't call it frivolous. But pageantry, when women want to do something for themselves, because women are not walking up and down parading for men, by the way. We do that every day of our lives. We can walk and you can have on a paper bag and men are going to look. They're going to be whistling and see whatever.
And men are definitely watching the pageants.
They're watching the pageants, but if you look in the audience, it is not filled with men.
That's true. Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, it's
because
mostly women. Yeah.
If you have a woman, you're not buying a ticket to the pageant by yourself. I can tell you that because you're not going to have that woman after that.
That was a tip.
Listen, I dragged my husband to pageants with me, but he wouldn't have gone there before. And he knows when he goes there, he got his head straight. Don't even blink. Let me say she's pretty first. So it's a woman's sport. I'm sorry. It is. And as Caitlin calls it, it's their Super Bowl.
Aw.
It's learning how to walk in those heels and keeping your body right and eating right and believing in, how you take care of yourself and how you develop as a person, because it's not only about pretty externally. And what does that even mean? We all are beautiful.
That's all subjective.
Exactly.
And just take Millie for an example right there. When I met her when she was, I think it was Miss Universe Cayman Islands, running in that, there was the shyness there.
To now.
Yeah, so the shyness, almost the timidness there,
Yes.
and almost afraid to use the voice, like her voice would crack.
Yes. And to the Millie now.
To the Millie now, just a year later, even.
Listen.
The change,
growth.
that transformation was huge
Yes.
and beautiful to see.
It's the confidence, it's the
growth.
belief in yourself, the self-image, kind of almost getting rid of these inhibitions about yourself or being judged by other people, but just coming into your own, really.
We got to go to a commercial break
Okay.
right now, Catherine. I think we're running a little late on the break, right? So we're going to go to a quick break, come back, and get into details about the pageant, because you and I can go down rabbit holes.
All right.
For sure.
Tired of burning cash at the gas pump and wasting time in traffic? Say goodbye to gridlock and hello to freedom with a Kimco scooter from Automotive Art. Trusted in over 100 countries, Kimco is now known worldwide for reliable, fuel-efficient scooters built to last. Perfect for Cayman's roads. With 2 models to choose from, the Agility 125cc for just $23.99 and the Agility RS Naked 125cc for $24.99. It's the smart, budget-friendly way to beat traffic and cut costs. Visit Automotive Art today and ride smarter with Kimco, because saving money should never mean slowing down.
Start. Stop. That's how long it takes to react to a child crossing the street. How long would it take you to apply the brakes? How long would it take the parents to forgive you? How long would it take you to forgive yourself? Slow down. Save a life. Not only theirs, but your own. Texting, speeding, and ignoring safety rules can cost lives. Visit gov.ky/road safety to learn more and help keep our roads safe.
Sports. Stay up to date on your sports news with Radio Cayman Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. It's all about sports.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and in studio with me, I'm here with almost my namesake. We have Miss Catherine Tyson-Sewell. She's the director of Miss Global International Cayman Islands. No stranger to Radio Cayman at all, and no stranger to broadcasting either. And Catherine's done a whole lot here. If you don't know who she is, then I'm
I don't know
just
who you
go
are.
back to sleep, wake up again, and let's revisit this whole conversation. All right. So I did say, why is it important in that sense to the nation? So, and you said, well, why isn't it, right? And I gave you the reasons why people like to say pageants aren't important.
Yeah.
So from your perspective, lay it down.
So the most obvious thing is, the growth of these young women that are so much more than just a pretty face. And that's so important to really prepare them for their future. So they're there. So someone needs to be there to help them, right? And good people need to be there, not just anybody. There's a lot of people there, by the way, all over the world. It's a money-making thing all over the world. It's not in Cayman just yet. I don't know if it ever will be. But so there is lots of room for people to be there that don't mean them any good.
Yeah.
So there definitely needs to be people there that are mentoring them. I don't think there's anything wrong with women wanting to be better and do better with themselves. I think pageantry has changed. I don't even focus on like the swimsuit portion of it as much, because I'm like, that's not important. I mean, it's changed. The age has changed. The women that are married, that have children, it's
right.
all very, very inclusive. So, but why it's so important for Cayman is because this is such a beautiful destination. I went to Montego Bay, stayed at the S Hotel, all inclusive. That was amazing. But it was not amazing stepping out. There was not, like us, we're still leaving our are doors open. These ladies are safe. They felt great. The beaches are amazing. So the destination itself is incredible. We're hosting 20-something girls this year from 20-something countries. They're still coming in, by the way, which is great for tourism. The girls are walking around. They're taking photos. They're doing videos of our little country. And what's important, too, is because, and they're beauty queens, they're models, they're influencers. It's all eyes on Cayman.
Yeah.
And what the bigger picture for me, and I really want to say this, and I see you have like 15, 16 questions. We should have been talking a long time. We're not going to get to those. But I think it's so important because we have Miss Universe Cayman Islands, we have Miss World Cayman Islands, I think we have Supranational, and we've now gotten Miss Earth. Okay, so we have a few. But when our girls go abroad, the Cayman Islands is not kind of seen as that, where we're always wondering, why aren't our girls being called? Well, my thing is, now that we can do this, where girls are coming here, it's going to be a light shown on the Cayman Islands. I would love for the regional Caribbean to have Cayman Islands on their minds so that when our girls now go to these pageants, they know us because they've heard of us, because we have been bringing 20-something girls to the Cayman Islands to be in an international pageant. I think it helps all around because I think sometimes we kind of get lumped in. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I will say this, it's not to be offensive, but no matter sometimes who Jamaica will send. Jamaica, she's beautiful, she's accomplished, she's amazing, but so is Cayman. But Jamaica will be called. Why? Because Jamaica has, their name is very strong, right? There's Bob Marley and there's
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt. Well, Usain Bolt, and I started with Bob Marley, and it goes beyond that. Mm-hmm. There's Shaggy and Sean Paul and Alkaline. You name it, right? So I believe that this will be good, just overall, if we're able to just continue to have this showing, and when people hear about coming to the Cayman Islands, they're on board. They're buying their tickets before they even sign up.
One thing I absolutely did notice last year was a lot of the beauty queens that were coming from their different countries. I did see a lot of the social media aspect of them just capturing their time in the Cayman Islands. There was a ton of that.
Absolutely.
We know the value of that and how far it goes. We know that because we've had DOT bring down influencers for the, bachelorette parties.
Thank you.
So you feel me?
Thank you.
So
you said it.
Yeah, I will say the things.
Thank you, girl. I like to hear the things because it's true. And we've had, a million views at least last year alone.
I saw a lot.
Yeah, we had one of our contestants that has over 130,000 followers. Most of them have 15,000, 20,000. They are influencers.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
are doing amazing things in their countries. And to have those kind of eyes on Cayman, it's incredible.
It's a great thing, a beautiful thing.
It should be. We're talking about stayover guests all the time, but that's what I have coming September 30th to October the 6th. I got stayover guests. I have them and their entourages coming.
And I'm going to be really honest. Usually the people that are going into pageant stuff, they're not it's not coming from the gutter.
No.
Okay? And what I mean by that, and the sense of mentality, the sense of this is how you live, this is what your family dynamic is like.
Yes.
It's not that very, very low kind of sense of living.
I wish
it's not that.
I wish Caitlin were here because Caitlin will tell you pageant girls are up here because they have to be up there.
So
they have to have
their
poise.
families and supporters that are coming. It's that, and that's, I'm going to be also real frank. That is who the Cayman Islands targets.
I would think
for stayover tourism,
Absolutely.
right? So, anyways, it's hand in hand for me.
Thanks.
I'm just making these points.
No,
we only got a couple minutes, about 5 minutes, and I know that there's a few things for us to talk about. So there's things happening pageant night.
Okay, all right. First of all, before we talk about that, and I know we don't have a lot of time, but we are looking for vendors. We'd like vendors to be out, when we get our intermission and stuff like that. It's going to be amazing. I've gone to a couple of pageants recently that it's incredible. So if you're someone that would like to be a vendor or something, reach out to us for sure because we're looking for that. MGICayman.com, MGICayman.com. Go on that right now or make a note of it, MGICayman.com. All things Miss Global International 2025 you can catch there. The pageant highlights, you can catch information about buying tickets, information about being a vendor. And in fact, we have a lot of nationalities here. Ladies, if you're here and you're from other countries and you'd like to be in a pageant and you're brave, because it's 4 weeks, so you got to be ready with a couple of gowns in your closet already.
You got to have queen mentality in your head right now.
Right now.
Yesterday.
But we welcome you to come on board. So I'll just tell you quickly who we have on board. We have Barbados, Botswana, and if you're from these places, you got to get your tickets to come support your girls, your country. Barbados, Botswana, Canada, St. Martin, Jamaica, Mexico, Maya Riviera, Peru, United Kingdom, Cayman, of course, Cayman, Philippines, who resides on island, so of course, Philippines, Haiti, Turks and Caicos, San Andres, Guyana, Trinidad, United States, India, Dominican Republic, Chile, and Venezuela. That's who we have on board so far, and they just keep coming in. We had the U.S. Virgin Islands, we had France, waiting to see if they're going to make it through, and Czech Republic. So it's going to be something.
Logistically speaking, I can ask you questions for another 30 minutes just
I know.
about the logistics of this.
We need sponsors, okay? An undertaking like this, being a visionary is very lonely. It's a lonely road, and the decisions you make are scary, but you do it for the greater good. And that's kind of what I feel like I'm in the middle of this. Listen, you understand what this means, right? But we can't do it alone. We need people on board, and we don't just need money. Money is good, of course, and you get a lot of benefits for it. But we have VIP tables, VIP experience that you want to definitely, get on board with. If you have a company and you want to, bring out, do something nice for your employees, a VIP table, you got some nice eats, you got swag bags, you got welcome drink, Prosecco, and it's just amazing. You're in the front. It's incredible. But wherever you go at the Azure Ballroom at Hotel Indigo is going to be amazing anyway. And then we are going to have just such a great show, national costume. We also have the top 3 talent that will be performing that night, as well as everything else. And then the night before will be the talent showcase. But September 30th to October the 6th, these girls will be here. And I would love for us to welcome them with the Cayman kind. We have a welcome mixer that's happening on they come in on the Tuesday. On the Wednesday that's happening. It should be right now it's planned to be at the Grand Tiki, which is an amazing little spot that it's so beautiful there.
Yeah,
it's so incredible there. It has such a great vibe. And then throughout the week, we're just doing amazing things with them. And we'd love people to just be on board, to just help us welcome them, help them feel amazing about this beautiful country. But definitely sponsors. Restaurant month is in October.
Yes.
So if you're a restaurant and you want some nice ladies, including me, because I'm coming, in your restaurant that can actually go on TripAdvisor and say, look where I am, and show your food. I know that Restaurant Month has a lot of great deals anyway. But if you want to come on board, do reach out to us. Please, please, please. Of course, I'm Catherine Tyson Sewell. You can find me on social media anywhere, but mgicayman.com. You can leave us a message there, or 939-2223, 939-2223. I know you won't remember that, so just look for me on social media or mgicayman.com. Get your tickets now. They're on eventpro.ky. Miss Global International 2025 will be happening on October 4th. Talent Showcase, October the 3rd at the Hotel Indigo. And it's going to be lit, as the young people say.
Perfect. See, I didn't have to say anything. You handled that last 5 minutes. You got all the information out as you should. mgicayman.com. I'm going to be repeating that website for a long time. It's definitely etched in my mind. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on The Buzz.
Thank you so much.
Wishing you the best of luck with it. You do a lot, and it's great to just see you keep doing things and new challenges for yourself, because it's not just for you, it's for the country.
That's what keeps you.
That's what's always
keeps you
been
alive.
you. Absolutely,
And,
agree with that.
And thank you for what you're doing as well.
Thanks, Catherine.
Yes, thank you.
All right, everybody have a great Thursday out there. It is Friday Eve again. Yes, we got a little bit of stormy weather over the weekend. That's okay. Don't forget there is the Laughter Lounge comedy show tomorrow, Who Runs the World edition, which we know it's girls, right? So it's 3 female comedians. We're going to be doing some ticket giveaways throughout the day today, starting in RC Fusion. So stay tuned to see how you can win some tickets to the Laughter Lounge tomorrow night.
The Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.